bicentennial?
I don't know what that means.
I remember the bicentennial.
1976. Were you
I was
born?
6. We got quarters.
1976. I was not born until 1983.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
I was a freshman in high school.
I was. Do you remember the quarters?
Yeah, they were a big deal.
That was a big deal.
Big
I had a
deal.
lot of bicentennial.
We're live, and I love how your red Solo cup just really pops in that screen.
It's with green screen.
You gonna welcome the masses?
I will welcome the masses after we finish talking about the bicentennial.
I hate this guy. I really do. Why am I here today?
This is
shared
my show.
Shared brains.
It's a quality show.
Shared brains over here.
You remember the Barry Gibb talk show?
The Barry Gibb talk show.
Did you watch the Barry Gibb?
Maybe
talk
it's because
show?
I
don't
moved.
think so. This is only making me think of SNL and the Sweaty Meatballs scene. That's all that's going through my mind.
Already out the gate. Out the gate.
don't
We've already
think
got
we can
censoring
talk
issues.
about that.
Wow.
Anyway, welcome Ram fans. Kevin Brooks, along with the czar / what do you call czar?
Just
czar of
bizarre
culture,
is fine.
Manny Campos, and
I'll
then our
take it.
special guest today, ASU women's head soccer coach and
Do we have to say women's? We
general.
only have one soccer.
Are you
We
the
say
dean?
women's.
Are you the dean of Lone Star Conference coaches?
No, that would still be Neil Piper.
Is that a
The commerce
position?
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's an actual position.
Yeah, I'm the dean of
Yeah.
OSC baseball coaches.
He's been there the longest.
I'm the dean.
That's
of
all
culture.
that means.
I'm
But
the dean
anyway,
of culture.
Travis
I think.
McCorkle. Did I say your name?
I don't remember.
I think you were giving
What's
this
your name?
long.
Travis McCorkle.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've been coaching how long at ASU?
At ASU since 2008. I had a small stint, 2001 to 2003 as an assistant.
Nice.
Yeah, a few years.
He came back.
I wouldn't call it a comeback. Who's
Well,
that?
Don't call it a comeback.
Yeah.
LL
Kevin
Cool J.
wasn't here at the time, so there was nothing to keep me from coming back.
There wasn't even baseball
No, correct.
then.
Right.
There was no baseball.
What did we have at ASU then? Just football and
track,
chess. Yeah.
Track.
and football, and basketball.
Softball
Volleyball.
was about to start.
Softball started in 2003,
Right.
I believe.
Therefore, about to start.
On your tenure?
Yeah, right.
Okay, in the timeline. Well, anyway, welcome. You know, as I was driving today to the venue, the radio, one of the greatest songs, probably maybe the greatest song ever written, Brandy by Looking Glass came on. Anyway, so I was gonna tell Manny I'd encourage him to. You a fan of that song?
Unless I heard a few lines, I've probably.
So, Brandy, you're a fine girl.
Yeah.
Oh
What
yeah.
a good wife
Yeah.
you would be. But, you know, you think the song, I really hadn't sat down and gotten into the lyrics
Right.
till
It's
today.
about
And
a
I
boat,
was
isn't it?
focused. But Brandy is a waitress
Yeah.
in a harbor town
Yeah.
on the sea. And so her clientele
I just think of Guardians of the Galaxy.
is mostly sailors. And she had a sailor who gave her a locket but he couldn't stay because even though she was a fine girl, his love in life is the sea.
Sounds like
Very, very LRB.
This is
Little Riverman.
intense today.
Like,
Little
I
Riverman.
almost might need to leave. I might not be okay.
No, isn't that as deep?
I'm wondering if Billy Joel was maybe somehow inspired by that song and that.
What Billy Joel song?
Well,
The
I'm trying
song
to think.
about
The Down
water.
Easter
The
Alexa.
Downeaster Alexa. Yeah. There you
See, I get it. I know
Yeah.
songs and stuff.
What do you think? But would you? I mean,
I think it's a great song. It's one of the best songs. It reminds.
you
Probably,
sounded very Trump-esque right there.
I think it's a great song. It's fantastic.
go. A lot of people are saying.
A lot of people are saying it's one of the best songs. No, I think that it's a great song. I will tell you, I've tried to play it with a band of musicians that know it, and it's a tough song. It's not easy. You know, it moves quickly, and then just man, it's got a really killer horn section, and I don't know too many horn players anymore. So, do y'all play horns?
I did.
You did?
For about probably I think a month. I played the trombone in the 5th or 6th grade. Was not very good, and realized that it was not near as cool as I thought it might be. It did not attract the ladies, and it was- saxophone probably, or trumpet even. I mean, both of those are good horn instruments, but you have to be good at it, and that was sort of a hindering block for me,
Yes.
stumbling block.
So, all right, well, that's enough of that. But so, you know, last week we ended talking about your big bucket list vacation,
riding.
excursion.
I think excursion's better because vacation is like long. I think a vacation has to be 5 days minimum.
Does it really?
Yeah. You don't go on a 2-day vacation. That doesn't exist.
Oh wow! Now I've never been.
I
on
make the
vacation.
rules, so that's what the rules are.
Okay, all right.
Probably
But
haven't never been on a vacation.
you probably haven't.
So
sole
excursion
vacation.
to Big Bend, and you
Big
were
Bend.
going to ride horses for the
Right.
first time.
So I've never been horseback, and so I read about it, and I thought, loving John Wayne growing up, that I'd be a natural. So we get there, and it's fine and dandy. Weather's it's 75 degrees, it's cool, and we sit there in anticipation to mount these horses, go on our little 2-hour, little jaunt, and the guy says, "Okay, before we begin, is anybody afraid of heights?" And I was fine until he asked that question, and I thought, what the heck does that mean? Are we about to... So what he means is when we're on the trail, there are some cliffs, and I thought, well, I was fine until that point. But the funny story is that everyone's horse was very calm, cool and collected. But because I'm a novice, I guess, I rode on a horse named Libby, who was, quote, the sassiest one in the stables. And so when I got on Libby, Libby jarred towards the gate with me on her, and everyone laughed except for me. And so I feared, it was at that moment I realized that this could be my last excursion of all excursions. So, but it ended up being fantastic and fun and cool. And you have to learn to love these things because apparently they know your fear. Do y'all know this?
They do. My dad had a guide outfit that he did, and yeah, they do. You need to ask for glue next time you go.
What does glue do?
Because horses are...
Because they know it came
They
from...
make glue, and so you want one that's like pretty close to... That way they don't have sass, and they're not excitable, and...
They're about to get put down?
Yeah, so... And the thing that this could be you. No, so the thing they would always do, though, is there's certain shrubberies they'd like to eat, and so we're supposed to, kind of pull their heads up if they do that, because if we let them begin the tour doing that, then they'll just eat the entire time. Have you ever tried to fight a horse? Like, pulling those reins against the horse's strength is virtually impossible.
They're pretty strong.
They're going to do what they want to do.
Mongoose fight the horse and punch him?
I don't know.
Is that...
We don't condone the punching of
was
horses.
Was that one of the last
top.
scenes where a horse got knocked out, and then PETA came in and said...
I don't know, but isn't that a scene from that movie?
There is some kind of scene, some kind of horse scene in there that
I haven't seen that movie. They're making Blazing Saddles into a children's cartoon, seems sort of odd, but
I think that
might be changed a little.
Anyway, things are...
Where do you get your news? Just what I want.
I'm serious. I can get documentation.
Jeff, have you heard this? The Blazing Saddles. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's going to be a children's show, and
it's going to be mental.
It's going to be, I don't know, Gene Wilder and Mel Brooks and etc.
Gene Wilder still alive?
He's dead.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Yeah. No, he's gone.
Well, I guess he's probably not going to do the voiceover.
Well, they could dub maybe old stuff that he did, and that'd take a long time.
Willy Wonka.
Yeah. Very famous show.
Willy don't.
So
Willy Wonka.
Anyway, was he married to Gilda Radner?
I think he was. At least we're in.
She passed away too.
Same haircut.
I think they did have the same haircut. It's pretty good. The heyday of SNL, right? Those days.
Was,
yes. What was Gilda Radner's Rosanna Dana?
Rosanna Dana.
It's before my time, but that's that. It's part of culture.
Yes, I remember.
And
I remember getting to stay up late.
Yeah.
Everyone, if me and Don David Hutto.
Yeah. Well, it's weird having a non-player on today, but I'm excited because no one has more personality than Travis McCorkle. This could be a ratings bonanza, to use your words.
So, T-Cork.
Yep.
That's what we call them, fans.
Is right now we should be in the midst of soccer frenzy season.
Yeah.
We should be about 6-7 games in, just finishing our non-conference, getting ready to start conference.
Yeah, 5 games. Yep, getting ready to start conference.
So anyway, you're not doing that. So what is going on?
It's really weird. It really is weird, and not just because we're not playing, but I just find myself mentally struggling with the team is not where I think they need to be at this time, X number of weeks into the school year. And I sort of look at our performance and I say, I don't know how we're going to do in this. I'm like, but we don't have a game, so we don't have a way to measure. So But yeah, it is really weird. I talked with a colleague yesterday, and I was telling him how strange it is that, our fitness, our sharpness, and just different things you would have like game ready, that they're not quite there.
Mm-hmm.
But so it's really different with how you're looking at the players. You're really looking at progress now, not ready for the next game, which is really different because that's reverse of what I normally do, which is bad for soccer because you get new players in, and immediately it's about the results. It's not about progress or development of your players. You got to immediately go into winning games. So, but having said that, yesterday was phenomenal practice. So
I saw the tweet.
Yeah, the tweet was stellar.
yeah, no, it was excellent.
And what's the name of that street that runs between the Johnson Street Church and the field?
Victory
Lane.
So I'd use Victory Lane to get from home to work. And was it yesterday or I don't know what day? It was yesterday, I think. Probably when y'all were doing that practice, just the everybody was doing their drills, I guess, out there, I'm assuming, and just it looked like there was a really good atmosphere from, my drive passing by and looking. So when I drove by and then saw your tweet, I thought, well, maybe that's a good thing. I mean, it just looked like everybody was working hard.
Energy
people were working hard.
transferring
Yeah.
to the pitch.
It is.
That's the field for those of you at home. The
field, yeah.
Soccer people, or
Yep.
football, as I like to refer to it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was, my energy is always captivating with the players. They're always, they're on the edge of their seats waiting for the next words to come out. So it was a good experience yesterday. It was a little extra.
It's kind of like me in lecture. Same thing.
That was good.
Yeah.
So, well, that's good. You know what? You didn't tweet. You don't tweet a whole lot about like we're in the locker room or weight room working hard and all that stuff. And so, which I was just, I hate those tweets. So thank you for not doing those. They annoy the crap out of me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I tweeted that from the weight room. Yeah,
but
well,
I'm
the
glad
weight
y'all
room
had a good practice.
Honestly, the weight room, I'm not always there.
Yeah.
We've got good guys down there, and
Well, they have to
I let them do their thing.
They have to work on what they need to work on, and if they're not doing it, it won't show.
Yeah.
So
Well, and they need to develop a relationship with the strength coaches, and if I'm
Absolutely.
there, sometimes I can supersede all other interaction, and so
Absolutely.
I find it better for me to let them do their thing. So
Well, y'all will again. So now y'all season basically is y'all are like baseball, basically, and so right now is you're getting ready for your real season, which will be in the spring.
Right.
However, you're just playing games. Is that
So-
correct? Is that accurate?
we have some scrimmages that we're going to play. So it's a little bit different because you guys have your World Series, but that's just against yourselves,
Right.
where we'll play against outside competition.
Okay.
So
And then spring you'll play for the Lone Star Conference
Championship.
and that will be it.
yeah, that
Thanks
will
to
be
the
6
NCAA's
games.
Infinite wisdom.
Correct. Although I did see the NCAA decided to backtrack with Division One, and they are going to have a Division One championship for men's soccer, women's soccer, volleyball, cross country, etc. So
Maybe that'll change. I hope so.
Well, we'll see. But right now we're scheduled to have 7 games. 6 of them will be counting conference games, and then 1 of them will be against our travel partner. So 6 games will decide your regular season conference champion against less
And
than
how many
half,
teams are in the conference?
less than half of the conference opponents.
Well,
So 14 in the
again,
conference.
This thing's just been wonderfully.
It's well, I mean, if we're playing 6, we got to win. Or if we're playing 7 games, we got to win 7 games. So
There you go.
do what we can. We'll beat everybody that's put in front of us.
There you
I
go.
think you just have to tweet harder. The harder you tweet, the more things will happen.
I feel like I need some new GIF or GIF, depending on what side of the argument you're on that.
Yeah.
But I need some more good GIFs that I can comment on. I feel like I used that kid, that hockey kid screaming.
I thought that was.
I like it.
I've seen that one quite a
it
few
was
times.
tired. I
It is.
agree.
It is. So I need some other ones, but
I'll
I
give
mean, you
you
got to
some.
scroll too much.
There's
too
something I
deep.
can do this afternoon, is I could look up some
go.
gifts for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, just some basic ones for happiness, anger,
Overexcitement.
excitement.
Yeah.
Those kind of are the key.
There's Canada Day
Canada. But speaking of, today is what?
today.
On
I know
this
what today
date
is.
in 1787, we delegates voted to ratify the U.S. Constitution. Today is Constitution Day, and this was made. Who was the president that signed into law for us to commemorate and share information about the Constitution. Well, regardless of who it was.
When did that happen?
But here are some questions, though. I do have some trivia for the panel, for our viewing audience, and for Coach Brooks and for Coach McCorkle. Here, well, the first question, and we don't have buzzers, but just kind of blurt it out. What was the name of our first Constitution before the 1787?
The Articles of Confederation.
Yes, 10 points to Kevin Brooks. The Articles of Confederation. Yes. Travis McCorkle, what is putting him on the spot?
Yeah, I thought we were going to make this.
Yeah,
I was going to try and build his confidence.
So let me see if you can. This is kind of an easy one. Okay, of the three branches in our government, in the legislative branch, we have two chambers. It's known as a bicameral institution. So we have the House and the Senate.
Yes.
Who is the head of the House?
The head of the House currently?
No, not the name, just the position. Well, if you know the name, you would know the position.
Can I steal Manny for 10?
Not yet.
The Speaker?
Yes, the Speaker of the House.
Very good.
That is correct.
Yeah.
10
Nancy
points.
Pelosi is the Speaker of the House right now.
10 points.
Yes.
10 points.
I know the whip.
You know the
Majority and
whip is?
minority whip?
I just know that. I know that position exists. I don't
Do you know what the
that
whip
person.
does? Kind of what the name suggests.
They don't vote the way
they whip them into.
That's a Cosmo
to-
Kramer actually definition from Seinfeld.
Yeah. Well, I know they're handing out pocket constitutions in the UC, fully hazmated and Lysoling each constitution and then just throwing it out into the audience. And they, But we usually do this. They usually do a Constitution cab with like the Statue of Liberty and like Uncle Sam driving the housing people, our friends at Housing. I say the housing people, but
Residence
Life, which I think that name has changed too.
Is this like Cash Cab?
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but it's with these folks and they're driving around and doing trivia. And obviously because of COVID, we're just handing out pocket constitutions, but we'll take it. We also have an interactive guide that the Porter Henderson Library put out. So I know Brooksy doesn't probably want me to plug all this, but it's important because it's free and it's all awesome. And there's trivia and games. Follow political
Who's
sites.
the head of the Senate?
The head of the Senate is
The lead,
man. I can see his
number one
face.
dude in the Senate.
That's what the name is.
Who's in charge?
The name of the
Senate?
position.
Like if they are meeting,
Yeah.
who gavels it in? Although many times is not there.
I would think that's Pence.
The vice
There you go,
president
the
is the
vice
head.
president.
Well, the vice president is the head of the Senate, but it's the
Technically-
majority leader.
Technically he is, but he's like you said, he's never
Technically,
there.
see, I was trying to get him on a technicality.
But he only really
He's never there.
breaks a tie.
Yeah.
If there's ever that.
McConnell's
McConnell is
yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Mitch
The
McConnell.
majority.
I could see his face, but I couldn't.
Senate majority leader.
Right.
You got any more constitutional questions?
Constitutional question. Article 6 of the United States Constitution states that that federal law is the supreme law of the land. It is also known as the what?
Reserve clause.
No, I just used it in the definition. My least favorite type of pizza is the hint, because it has
Anchovies.
Okay, it's got like everything on it.
The
Supreme?
So the name of the clause, the supremacy clause.
The
Supremacy clause.
These
okay.
guys, that's an F for both of them.
Never claimed to.
He didn't though. But I want the world to know that Kevin Brooks is a political science major like me. So
Yeah, I'm a sport admin, exercise science guy.
that's true.
So it's not really.
he's got
lane.
he's got a different quiz for us.
You live in America and are a citizen. So
That's
great.
right.
Way to know
T-cool.
about.
Well, if we're going to talk
way
about
to-
the Constitution,
way to do your citizenship.
How about the
and be
topic
a-
of eliminating the filibuster?
Oh man, that's controversial. That's a whole nother show.
Yeah, but that's something that has to do with the Constitution.
Which I thought the filibuster.
That doesn't have anything
I
to do
thought
with
the filibuster
Constitution.
was my
That's
favorite combo at Dairy Queen. But that's
a
the Hunger
rule
Buster.
of the Senate
Hunger
and
Buster.
the House.
Nobody.
the Hunger Buster.
I have no audience.
Peanut
here to
Buster
do that.
parfait.
I'll have the
Speaking
filibuster.
of that,
Filibuster
Dairy
with cheese.
Queen has outstanding tacos. I think
They
we
have the
talked
best
about this
tacos.
the other day.
Although
We did.
someone said that Arby's. No.
Arby's has great roast beef.
They have the meats.
Who's had the best tacos that we used to have here? The burger place.
Oh,
Taco-
Jack in the Box.
Jack in the
Jack in
Box.
the Box
I was
is the
thinking Carl's
best
Jr.
tacos. Every time I go recruiting, I make sure I get 2 99-cent tacos from Jack in the Box.
I think Jack in the Box and Carl's Jr. both have a phone number or website for local cardiologists printed right on the bag that they hand you your meal plan in.
She's pulling purses on a wagon. That's kind of interesting.
That's awesome.
There
a lot of purses.
are Shih Tzus in each one of those bags.
So, okay, well, tonight is a huge night for McCorkle and I. Manny's gotten into it. Big Brother voting off tonight.
Is Tyler going to go?
Tyler or Ian?
Is it going to be Ian?
I think it's Ian. I think it's going to be near unanimous, which
You think
I hate.
so?
I think Tyler's got too many friends.
Tyler does have a lot of friends, and I know that you don't like that. You really are the biggest fan of only the underdog.
Yes, I'm a
You-
big
that's
underdog.
Have you
you
always
want.
been an underdog guy?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, he has a chip on his
Because
shoulder.
I kind of feel like in most situations you're
I like the underdog. I feel like I am an underdog.
That's why he says his team is always never good, because he
We have to
doesn't.
make us underdogs.
Yeah, he has to fight. He always has to have
I
that
do.
sense
I'm a
of
fighter,
I got to fight.
which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Again,
it's like Cobra Kai.
Ooh.
Oh,
Hit
wow.
first, hit hard, no mercy.
Speaking of underdogs.
Season 3, it's not too far away.
When is it coming out?
I think March.
Ooh.
March
a long
2021.
time.
And rumor is Elizabeth Shue is
Come back.
coming back, at least for an episode or so.
You know, I told you I saw her in.
You saw Elizabeth Shue?
on no, not in person.
Oh.
But on Amazon Prime, they have a show called The Boys,
Yes.
and they're
caught
putting
up.
out a new one. Yeah, and so
She's the mom.
she's not the mom.
She's not the mom, but in a weird
Sort
way.
of,
In a
sort
weird
of.
way, yeah. She
Yes,
kinda is.
not the spoiler alert. Kind of make sure this is G-rated, but she kind of does play the mom a little bit. Yeah.
Golly.
Okay.
So disturbing this morning
Yes.
on Ram Talk.
I've heard that's not a kid show.
But, well, no,
No,
it's definitely
absolutely
not family friendly. But it is it's a nice satire on like this whole Avengers and DC thing.
Yeah, I had a real thing for her growing up. I mean,
Adventures in Babysitting. I grew up on that
well,
movie.
for me, it was Cocktail.
Kid.
Cocktail.
She was in Cocktail?
Yes.
with Tom
Was
Cruise.
she
Yes.
a drink mixer?
No. She was just a girl on a vacation. Turns out she was the queen of Richie Riches, and Tom Cruise did not know that. But there was a lot of drama. But anyways, I was working in the movie theater when that happened, and I'll bet you I watched that show probably 100 times if I watched it once, because I saw it like twice a night or 3 times a day.
She was very good. I think maybe she
Yes.
won an award for leaving Las Vegas. Did she win something?
At least
Or was it-
nominated.
Yeah.
But there was a discussion we had
Which
that.
was a very sad movie.
Yeah.
She's kind of ageless too. Like she looks almost the same today as she did
She
then,
does?
in my opinion.
And sidebar, just her brother, soccer player. Yep, played for the LA Galaxy in '96 in their inaugural year.
Yeah. He was an actor too at one
He
point.
was, yeah.
Wasn't he on Melrose Place?
Yeah, Melrose. There you go. I knew it was one of those. I didn't watch
Yeah.
Melrose or
You
90210.
did not watch 90210?
No.
I did
Oh
not
my
either.
goodness.
I was more of the Saved by the Bell kind of guy. So
Yeah.
That was a great show too.
See, I preferred watching like MASH. I think they had like an afternoon MASH.
MASH, the
Series?
show, MASH.
Yeah. And then Superman. Watch Superman, the original.
I watched
that
those
growing
two.
up?
Pronounced
Greatest
Superman.
American Hero.
Greatest American.
Believe it or not.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
walking
The
on
upside
air.
down
Greatest
flyer.
American Hero.
Didn't an NFL team use that as a theme song?
George Costanza had it as his answering machine call.
I love that song though. George Costanza.
Believe it or not,
What's funny?
George is
when
not
did-
at home.
When did
Leave a message.
when did
at the
Seinfeld
beep.
go off the air?
What?
What,
Seinfeld?
like mid '90s.
I don't know. It's still the greatest show.
What I find
maybe
is a
ever
lot of
made.
our millennial students have just discovered Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Because of Jerry's Comedians in Cars with Coffee.
Having
whatever.
Coffee.
Yes, which I think is a great show.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh man, they're watching. What are you doing? Oh, I'm watching Seinfeld this evening. Like, it's been off the air but they found it somewhere streaming, I guess, and so they think it's hilarious. And I just think it's funny because like I grew up kind of taking it for granted. That and Cheers.
Cheers. I see. No, do you like Coach or Woody? Rebecca or Diane?
I like Rebecca.
Yeah, Rebecca.
Rebecca Howell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and so hence you
Alley.
would go Woody as the bartender rather than Coach.
Yeah.
Coach was good.
Coach was
Coach
Coach was
classic.
awesome.
Yeah.
I just don't know when those people ever really worked on that show. Like the mailman, which is the Cliff.
Not Cliff. Well, it was at the end of the day. or
Was it? Okay,
Ralph.
so I guess that makes
And
sense.
then Norm really didn't work.
yeah.
You know,
George
Norm's-
Wendt, right?
He was an accountant.
And he's uncles of an SNL cast member. See, now there's a current SNL character, cast member who's
Remember, he was the super fan of the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
The Bears.
The
The
Bears.
Bears, the Bears, the Bears, the Bears, the Bears.
Chris Farley in that lineup too. at some point
Who
during
was
the-
who was his nephew? I'm wondering, is it that kid that was
Jason
engaged
Sudeikis?
to-
It's Jason
Oh,
Sudeikis.
Jason.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. Jason Sudeikis is the nephew of George Wendt.
I got you. He is also on Superfan. And Jason Sudeikis also, another, if you haven't watched this, in which really goes along with Coach McCorkle being here, Ted Lasso. There's a show on Apple TV chronicling his jaunt into coaching. I believe he coaches the Tottenham club.
I don't know if that's
Tottenham
I don't know if
Spurs.
it's in that show. I know that when he did that NBC spoof, that was Tottenham Hotspur.
That was not a spoof. I believe that was real.
Okay. So when he worked previously, he originally worked for Tottenham Hotspurs.
Yes.
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. But it looked like it was a made-up team. I don't think it was a real team.
Fabricated.
Yeah, Tottenham is a real
yes,
team.
You know, in anyway, but I think now, have you watched any of his coaching videos?
I have
learning
seen a few. Yeah.
Have you picked up that
I
works for your team?
I'm sure there's been a couple of things. What I've kind of gained is sort of the stereotypical insight into the world of soccer by the stereotypical American.
Would I be the poster child for said?
Yes, I think so. I think you would qualify. Yeah, when he talks about tackling and he reviews like, that's not a tackle. I don't know what that is, but that's not a tackle. This is how a tackle. And he goes and brings someone in to demonstrate a real American football tackle.
Yes.
Yeah, much different.
In
Much
3
different.
points.
3 points, yep. 3 points.
No ties.
No ties.
No playoffs.
No playoffs. Yeah, there's a lot of things that he's working to gain an insight on. But I mean, they must have faith in him. I mean, he's getting paid a lot of money if he's coach at Tottenham. So
Yes.
I have a question though, not to change subjects, but I want to go back before you go off topic of series. Thoughts on Friends? Because
I
think
like
that it's
Friends
more.
when it was on.
I think it's controversial to say I don't like it. but
I don't like it anymore.
I think it's more geared toward a female audience. Like on my team, there are girls on my team that have been they watch every episode. I'm sure that they've seen seasons repeat over and
Right.
over.
It's so cheesy too. Watching a rerun today, in terms of when I remember being a kid when there were new episodes, thinking, "Oh man, that's an adult show." But now, as an older person, I watch it and I think, "This is a terrible show, and it's not very funny." But it was popular. But no, I don't like Friends. I don't much care for it.
Yeah,
but
it was
up
not
there.
near as good as Seinfeld. They were on the same nights, Thursdays.
Yeah.
But a lot of those actors and actresses are great after Friends, and they were
Really?
propelled.
What,
Courtney
Aniston's
Cox
really
and
isn't the only
Scream.
one that does anything?
How old is that? Aniston,
Jennifer
Courtney
Aniston.
Cox.
That's
Come
what I
on.
said. I said Aniston.
Just go with it.
She's
I always
the
thought
only
that
one that's
Joey.
Really,
I thought
like,
Joey
never
would have a
see
bit more
any of the
promising
others.
career, but
Are the others doing stuff? Courtney Cox.
she did Scream back in 2000.
Oh, that was really good. Arquette became
And they're coming.
Her husband's
They're
a
coming
big
back.
wrestler.
They're doing a sequel to Scream, and Courtney Cox Arquette and David Arquette are coming back for it.
Are they still married?
Dewey, yes. Is it Dewey?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Dewey.
From Scream.
Sheriff Dewey.
Yeah.
All right. I'm getting it's time to wrap up the show.
To be fair, Jeff's been doing that since we started.
So, 4 words, you know how to play. I don't have to. Now, we started doing it a little different with a panel. I give 2 words. Manny gets 2 words.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, as I was helping my youngest study for her vocabulary test this week, I was like, oh, we should may incorporate some of these words.
I've done this once before. I think I was terrible. So there were too many words after the 4 words, and that all threw me off. I lost my concentration. But
You don't
I'll
have
try.
a lot of time. That's one of the big flaws in this game so far. People are stopping to think for too long.
You can't. Yeah, you can't.
Or
think.
we need to set a time at some point because I
We'll
think
get a
some of our
clock.
some of our guys take 13 minutes just to process and then still fumble. So let's. What do you think, Kevin? Let's
Do
do
you
it.
want me to start?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm trying to think if I can remember her vocabulary words from this week. I believe one was cumbersome and tulip. That was not one of her vocabulary words.
My 2 words are confederation
Oh my gosh.
and senatorial.
So your words are confederation, senatorial, cumbersome, and tulip.
Oh my gosh.
Easy.
Da, 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 da.
Can you repeat the 4 words one more time?
Confederation,
Confederation.
senatorial,
Senatorial.
cumbersome, tulip.
back in the days of the Confederation, the senatorial debates were quite cumbersome. That's it. That's all I got.
Oh,
I
and you just said, and he had a tulip in his lapel.
Oh, he would wear his
you should have
tulip.
had it like one of those speakers.
Yeah,
that was so good.
It was good at the beginning.
But then it's 75%.
Yep, I failed. I feel like a failure.
What do you feel like? You don't seem
just
like
felt
you like it.
It was going to be a run-on sentence.
He didn't finish the sentence.
Collegially speaking,
I'm going to give it a D.
I think D is a good
D.
neighborhood.
Solid D.
Yeah.
Passing.
Not surprised.
D.
D for degree.
D is just me being generous because he's a colleague.
I came out strong. I came
Colleague?
out really,
colleague?
really
How's he a colleague?
Well, you know what I
You're
mean.
a learned professor.
Well, and you're Johns Hopkins. Are y'all both Johns?
Well, we
Yes.
both do have degrees from Johns Hopkins.
These are tracers, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much a doctor.
So, yeah, I'm actually the bottom of the totem pole on this panel. But I'll give him a D+. How's that?
I'll take it. I'll take it.
I thought you came out strong, though. I liked it.
Better than Mr. Boggs last week. I'm so disappointed. They thought we were too generous with him. I had many of our viewers call in.
Oh, really?
And they were saying, he didn't even finish and you gave him a C. So,
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys pretty much are pass-fail, and then it comes down to sort of
very
the
subjective,
animation
yeah.
and your personality kind of can get you a
That
C
does.
or a
That
B or
can
an
get
A.
you a lot of stuff.
Like I think our highest rating so far was Cornucopia when we used that one. It was just, I mean, it was all the buzz and all the TMZs and all that kind of stuff. So
Was that last week?
Oh, that was Kelton. That was
Was it Kobe?
about a month or two. Days just run together. I don't really know.
Well, we're out again. Soccer. When is y'all's first scrimmage?
September 25th at Abilene Christian, but at home, October 9th, 7 p.m.
Okay, great. Right during
UTPB.
game 5 of the World Series. So that's good. We're going to compete against each other. All right. So you're probably going to need to move yours up. to about 4.
Nobody informed me of that, sir. No schedule was given to me. I saw nothing on the website. I'm just saying.
Anyway, thanks for joining us. Y'all have a great week. Big night tonight and Big Brother.
Big
See
night.
who goes
Watch
home.
it. CBS.
All right. See y'all next week.